Namaste. Welcome to our channel, to the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. In this video, you're going to talk about the Kanistha Adhikaris. Kanistha Adhikaris Prakrita Bhaktas, or those devotees who are in the lowest stage of devotion. In the future videos, we're going to discuss about the intermediate devotees, madhyama-adhikaris, and the uttama-adhikaris, the most advanced devotees. In this one, you're going to discuss about Kanistha's. We're going to start reading a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. This is from Canto 11, Chapter 2, Text 44, where Maharaja Nimi, a great king, approached the Nava-yogendras. The Nava-yogendras, they are great sages. They travel all over the universe. And it happened that they were visiting the arena of sacrifice of Maharaj Nimi. So Maharaj, he took advantage of the situation, and then he asked questions to the sages. So let's start with King Nimi asking the Nava-yogendras. Shiraja Vacha Atta Bhagavatam Bruta Yadarmo Jadrishonrinam Chacharaji Jabrute Yat Lingair Bhagava Priyaha. Maharaja Nimi said, "Now please tell me in greater detail about the devotees of the Supreme Lord." Maharaja Nimi wants to know about the devotees. What are the natural symptoms by which I can distinguish between the most advanced devotees, those on the middle level, and those who are neophytes? What are the typical religious activities of a Vaishnava, a devotee? And how does he speak? Specifically, please describe those symptoms and characteristics by which Vaishnavas, devotees, become dear to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he says, acharati, how he behaves; bruti, how he speaks; lingai, what are the visible symptoms of those who are engaged in devotion to God. So answering that question, Havi, one of the 9 yogendras, he answers to the king. Archayan eva haraye pujan jat shadaye hate nata bhaktishu chaneshu sabbata prakrita smrita. A devotee who faithfully engages in the worship of the deity in the temple but does not behave properly toward other devotees or people in general is called a prakrita bhakta, a materialist devotee, and is considered to be in the lowest position. Srimad Bhagavatam 11:2-47. So here, Havi, he defines those who are in the lowest position in devotional service, lowest of the worshippers of God, believers of God. And what are the symptoms? They only see God in the church, mosque, temple. They do their own worship to their own God, and they disrespect others, disrespect devotees of the Lord. They think they are all in all. Kanistha Adhikaris, they think that God is only in their temple, in their church, and they cannot see God anywhere else. They think God's just there, in their church. They quarrel with each other, and they don't see a religion better than them. They think that your religion is not good. So only my religion, my scriptures. They deny the scripture of others. They cannot see God beyond their own narrow minds. They are very materialistic. They see their church, mosque, temples as a way, as a source to bring material benefits to himself or to the church. Then they use God, the form of God, as a source to make their own living. It's very common, specifically in India, the priests, they have their deities and they take a very nice care of the deities. They see a God in the deity, but they use that deity to obtain material benefits. They show their deities to the people in order to make profit of them. Although they have faith in God, faith in their scripture, because they don't have enough knowledge of the scriptures, they do not know the conclusion of the scriptures, their faith can change very easily. Faith is something changeable. I may be a Christian today, but tomorrow I can change to be a Buddhist, or I can change to be a Hindu. Faith can change very, very easy. So if somebody approaches a Kanistha, a materialist devotee, and try to convey his own philosophy to that person, because he doesn't have enough knowledge, he's converted to the other view, to the other philosophy, to the other faith. They have no knowledge about their scriptures. They do not know the conclusion of their scriptures. And therefore, because they do not know the conclusion of the scriptures, they cannot challenge others in philosophy, in religion, and they cannot defeat others. There is an interesting passage in the Chaitanya Charitamrita where the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in the form of Sri Gauranga, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the incarnation who descended in this age of Kali, to distribute love of God everywhere, to everybody. This Gauranga, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was in Benares, where there is a very, very strong hold of Mayavadis sannyasis. Mayavadi sannyasis are those renounced that do not believe in the personal form of God. They see God as everything, but they do not see God as a person. On occasion, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he visited his two devotees, Tapana Mishra and Chandrasekharacharya. They are both devotees and they are very dear to the Lord, but they are described as Kanistha Adhikaris, neophyte devotees. Why? Because they were very depressed when they approached the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they revealed to him that they could not bear to see the Mayavadi sannyasis in Benares make fun of him, to dismiss him as a great sannyasi. So it is explained that a madhyama-adhikari, or those who are in the intermediate state, who know the philosophy, they can challenge and defeat any other philosophy. But Chandrasekharacharya and Tapana Mishra, they couldn't defeat the sannyasis in Benares. They could not, with arguments, to show that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was the most of all Vedantists. So they were considered Kanishthas. They could not defeat the Mayavadis in Benares. Srila Prabhupada explains in his teachings that one should not hear philosophy from the Mayavadi sannyasis, the philosophy of voidism. They neglect the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to hear Mayavada philosophy, he would close his ears. So it's not advised to hear Mayavada philosophy, because a Kanistha Adhikari, a neophyte, cannot defeat them, and worse, they can fall prey of their ideas, of their conclusion of the Vedas. So in this way, a Kanistha Adhikari cannot hear Mayavada philosophy. Of course, those who are most advanced, they hear Mayavada philosophy and they know how to counteract that philosophy. Kanistha Adhikaris, they cannot properly respect others, other devotees, other faiths. Srila Jiva Goswami, he says regarding this, Yancha Shradana Shastra Tavadarana Jatha. Because the Kanistha Adhikari's faith is not actually based on the statements of Vedic literature, he cannot understand the exalted position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Therefore, he cannot actually manifest love of Godhead, nor can he understand the exalted position of the devotees of the Lord. Krishna is so glorious that Krishna's intimate associates must also be glorious. But this is unknown to a Kanistha Adhikari. The essential qualification of a devotee, a Vaishnava, is that he is very humble and he knows how to respect others. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to pray Trinada Pisunichana Tarur Apisa Hishnuna Amanina Manadina Kirtanya Sadahari. In order to chant the holy names constantly, one has to be humbler than the grass. He says exactly, one who thinks himself lower than the grass, who is more tolerant than a tree, and who does not expect personal honor, yet is always prepared to give all respect to others, can very easily always chant the holy name of the Lord. Kanistha Adhikaris, they think that they are very, very advanced. And because they think they are very advanced, when they talk about God, when they read their scriptures, sometimes they manifest ecstasy, symptoms of ecstasy, like crying, shivering, or any other symptom. So this is a characteristic actually of advanced devotees. The advanced devotees, they cry, tears flow from their eyes when they chant the holy names of God. Their body quivers and they manifest many, many symptoms of love to God. In this regard, Srimad Bhagavatam says, if one's heart does not change, tears do not flow from his eyes, his body does not shiver, and his bodily hairs do not stand on end as he chants the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it should be understood that his heart is as hard as iron. This is due to his offenses at the Lord's feet of the Lord's holy name. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2. Advanced devotees, they can refrain for their symptoms of ecstasy, such as crying, but the neophyte devotee cannot. And because they manifest the symptoms, they think that they are more advanced of those who are advanced in spiritual life and refrain from manifesting their ecstasy symptoms. Goswami says in his Upadesamrita, one should mentally honor the devotee who chants the holy name of Lord Krishna. So this is the position. So these are the basic qualifications of the Kanistha Adhikari, Prakrita Bhakta or neophyte devotee. So thank you very much for hearing these teachings. I hope you enjoyed. You please give a like, subscribe to our channel, make your comments. So thank you so much. Namaste.